The chronology of all times, Earth's forbidden history. 3 billion years ago, the Milky Way was already ancient, but it was reaching a state of evolutionary stagnation. To solve this, the Council of the Hello authorized the UR project. Earth was selected as a Blue Aura laboratory, a world destined for high spiritual development because of its inherent instability. The first colonizers to arrive were the Elohim of Cygnus, the great sowers of life from the constellation of the Swan. At this time, Earth's oceans were acidic and hostile. These cosmic gardeners landed at what we now call Lake Vostok in Antarctica, which then sat upon the planetary equator. They seeded the waters with specialized spores to turn the seas alkaline, preparing the chemical conditions to deposit a self-replicating molecule of life. This mother molecule was brought directly from the Orion Nebula, the cosmic womb of our sector. However, a complex paradox exists within our history. In the real time of the universe, Earth was eventually destroyed by a cataclysm during its formation. To save the experiment, time operators intervened. They established a time lag, placing Earth in an alternative time, a parallel loop that allows us to evolve at an accelerated rate until we are ready to rejoin the real time of the cosmos. As life flourished, a discovery changed the stars forever: the ergomenon, or green mental crystals. A master crystal was discovered in the Orion Nebula, revealing the prophecy of Anram. This oracle predicted a great war and the rise of a new human race on Earth that would eventually bridge the material, mental, and spiritual universes. 260 million years ago, the Elohim of Orion, hailing from the Rigel system, landed in the Talampaya Canyon in Argentina. They established a permanent base laboratory. Because the initial life spores were of Orion origin, these beings felt a proprietary right to the planet. They focused their genetic engineering on reptilian life, producing a specific genetic touch to generate an intelligent being with the characteristics of Orion, but with the biological components of Earth. The Galactic Confederation eventually grew concerned with this rigid influence. A new contingent of 7 Elohim from the Pleiades arrived in a massive, 50-kilometer-wide ship laboratory. They landed in the lost continent of Lemuria in the Indian Ocean and shifted the focus of evolution toward mammals. This created the first great schism. The Pleiadians and Orionites clashed, and the Pleiadians eventually left the base to continue their project aboard their great ship. To protect the planet during this unstable era, the Hyperborean Guardians arrived 245 million years ago. These 3-meter-tall giants built the capital of Thule in the far north. For millions of years, they stood watch as the planet's crust shifted and volcanic radiation spiked, acting as the protective right arm of the Confederation. 65 million years ago, the disaster from the real-time timeline threatened to break through. One of Earth's moons collided with the planet, erasing the megaflora and the dinosaurs. The Hyperborean Guardians were forced to flee through an emergency dimensional gate in the North Pole. The project was nearly discarded by the Galactic Council as a failure. But Immanuel, the Cosmic Christ, intervened. He argued that Earth's survival despite the impact proved its unique resilience. A second chance was granted. To ensure the stability of this alternative time, the Kaona machine was installed deep beneath the ice of Lake Vostok. This technology acts as a voltage stabilizer for time itself. With the timeline secured, the Pleiadian geneticists returned to Lemuria. Using high genetic engineering, they took relatively evolved primates and introduced a dose of Pleiadian genes to create the first true human race. This was a hybrid humanity, intended to achieve a high evolutionary development that the older civilizations could not. To assist this new race in the harsh atmosphere, they introduced plants with hallucinogenic and medicinal properties to counteract the accelerated aging process caused by Earth's environment. As this Lemurian humanity began to rise, the Great Stagnation reached a breaking point in the stars. Luzbel, a high-ranking Hello, rebelled against the cosmic plan. He believed that giving upstart humans the potential to surpass the older, intellectual civilizations of Orion was a betrayal. This triggered Gadriel's betrayal, where forbidden knowledge was leaked prematurely to the humans of Lemuria. This interference led to the creation of the Sunkies, a distorted hybrid lineage that suffered from profound dimensional disorientation. The resulting great war between the followers of the Archangel Michael and the rebels of Satanel, the man-serpent of Orion, spilled directly onto Earth. This conflict culminated in a final battle in the canyons of Talampaya. The rebels were defeated and deported to the moons of Jupiter or trapped within the Earth's lower astral planes, where they remain as dissociating entities. To safeguard the remaining human potential, the 32 messengers arrived. They established the inner retreats and the secret foundation of Shambhala. Their mission was to brighten the Grail, encoding the potential for pure, sacrificial love into human DNA, ensuring that despite our hybrid origins, we could reconnect the physical world with the spiritual universe. Today, we remain under a strategic quarantine, observed from the Celia station located behind the moon. The 24 elders of the galaxy and the Council of Nine watch as we approach the end of the alternative time loop. We are moving toward the day of great light, the moment where humanity must finally activate its internal sensors and reconnect Earth with the real time of the universe.